How did you make your notes? Did you have a particular structure that you were using?
Yeah, because everyone knows all the exam questions are always taken from little headings from the syllabus. I made all my notes sort of under those specific headings, and yeah, making sure you have notes under every single heading is always really important, because you know they can pick things from absolutely anywhere, and you have to be prepared for absolutely anything. So yeah, pretty much that very rigorous structure I always used.
All right,
yeah.
And so then when you had your notes, how did you generally study them? Was it just rereading them, rewriting them? I mean, what did you do?
It varies from person to person, but I always made sure I sort of had everything very, clearly memorised and sort of basically imprinted in my head so I didn't forget anything. So I made sure I not only just read over them, but I often wrote out my notes again. I wrote out certain points until I remember them. That's the method I found most effective personally. But it is very, very time consuming because, like I said, it could take hours to go through notes of certain topics. But yeah, that's what I did.
All right, and so generally you do that as well, only in the lead up to an exam.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it too far ahead of an exam. Like mainly I would do that in the coming, very, very close weeks to an exam, maybe the week or so, or maybe 2 weeks before, or the upcoming days before. But yeah, never way ahead of an exam because it would never stay in my head. But I found if you use that, when I use that sort of method for preparing for my exams, earlier in the year, I'd find when I came back to it later in the year, it sort of was still in my head, and because long-term memory kind of stuff, and it still stayed in there. So so if you do it earlier in the year, when I found when I came back later in the year, it was already there, and it was less work pretty much.
All right,
I had to go over it again.
Yeah, but I guess that's where you were saying that consistency played a big key.
Yeah, that's why consistency is really important.